Well, good morning, everyone. I thought I would do a live feed from the store. I haven't done one here in a little while to do a bit of a walk around and talk about what's happening over the holiday season. This is going to be my last day in the store until after Christmas. So I have to definitely make sure that I get everything all ready and set up. We've got Sean, who's our employee, working tomorrow and the next day. So basically, I just go around the shop and try and make sure that everything looks good and is ready. So I hope you guys are all doing well. I wanted to send big thanks. I'm going to set this down here so I can actually just kind of go hands free for a minute. There we go. Setting that down. There we are. So I just wanted to give you guys a big thank you. I've had all sorts of wonderful Christmas cards show up at the store. We've had a couple mystery boxes, one from Denmark, and all these things have been coming through to the shop. So it's been just fantastic. And I really wanted to send a big thank you out on behalf of myself and my family for those that have sent such nice wishes over the holiday season. For those of you that were sending parcels to Hans, I compiled all those and gave those to him the other day. He is one happy, relaxed Viking out there right now, and things are going really well for him. And just wanted to thank you guys for your continued generosity in sending stuff out to Hans this holiday season too. This has been a very busy week. If you hadn't probably noticed, there's been a lot going on. Just when I thought I would wind down, I was looking back on this past year, and I was thinking of all the different things that have happened. And earlier in the year, I thought, well, I'm going to try and make this year the biggest one yet. And I think this has probably been the busiest year of my whole life. From buying the Potter's house in January and emptying that out, and meeting Mary and doing the documentary on her, and then getting this store that I'm in right now and saving it from the wrecking ball essentially and getting it rezoned. But I did have some good news on the storefront. So as busy as it's been, there's been a lot of good that's come out of this year, and it's been a very busy. I can't imagine that somebody says you can't top this year. Tamara, I don't think I can. Who knows what's going to happen next year, though. I did meet with the city again yesterday, and if you guys know or don't know, there's an empty lot next to my store. In fact, I'm going to take you guys on a field trip outside. If you guys are up for a field trip, we're going to go do this. And for those of you watching later on, I will try and answer some questions. So if it seems odd that I'm answering, there's a little scrolling feed here that I'm looking at. So front of our shop, right there. But if I turn that way, see that big empty lot right behind me there? Nobody's ever been able to build there because it was too close to the building. It was owned as an apartment. There's all sorts of reasons why they haven't been able to build there. But I got permission yesterday that now that this is zoned commercial, I'm able to build. So my idea is that I should be able to build another antique looking storefront and maybe have another property there. This is a long-term plan. This isn't, that's a squeaky door. It's a long-term plan. It's not going to happen overnight, but that is the game plan, is to try and eventually, save up the cash to build a building next door there. If you see behind me, there's sort of where the stained glass window is, which came out of the Potter's house, incidentally. That transom and walkway would become the walkway into the next building. So right now I'm doing drawings and I'm trying to do up blueprints and plans to figure out exactly what this space would look like. But I want to have a little bit more room, maybe do an arcade or a soda fountain or something like that. So even though we don't have the, we don't have the means to do that right now, it's good to plan because it takes a while before you can get approval from the city. So you start getting those things in place, and then by the time everything lines up, maybe my other building will sell and some things will happen and we'll be able to do that. So I'm going to talk about the auction that happened. Jim, I see your question there. And we were able to empty out that complete warehouse that was there. That is done and dealt with. I'm giving the keys back. And I think, what did I get the place on the 5th of December? And here we are on the 19th. So completely emptied out in a very short amount of time. They were shocked actually that I got it done so fast. We did the auction last weekend. I don't know what the tally is yet because they have to let me know if people actually paid or if they didn't pay. So we should be able to know tomorrow. I'll know. But I've got a big list, a laundry list of former employees of that company that weren't paid their final paycheck that I'm going through, and I'm going to make sure everybody's taken care of, as well as start making payments back towards my mom. But that's all happening very soon. And they told me that they're going to be doing another auction this weekend and putting 2 more skids of stuff through. So I guess we're able to make it in one final auction before Christmas. And they're putting a couple more skids. I have no idea what they're putting through, but at this point, anything that goes through goes back to my mom. So that's all good. But yeah, it's been just crazy, hectic. I've got, these are the plans for Christmas. My sister Heather is coming from Colorado. I had to think about where she lived for a minute there. I've only been there a few times. You'd think I'd remember, but she's in Colorado Springs. So she's coming with Alyssa, who also has a YouTube channel, Alyssa Hallisay, her husband Peter, and my brother-in-law Dorian. So they're all coming up from Colorado. We're opening the Canadian borders up, and we're letting some Coloradonians. What do you guys call each other out there? I don't know. Anyway, people from Colorado are coming. I'll have to ask her next time what they call people from Colorado. So they're coming up here on Monday, and they are going to be coming to Canada. For many of them, Heather's been here only once before, but none of them, actually Dorian's been to Canada before when he played hockey. Fun fact about Dorian, he's a Steelers fan, but he played hockey when he was in, I think, high school or kind of senior high in that range. So he'd been up here once before. But for her daughter, Alyssa and Peter, they've never been here before. So now we have to think of really Canadian things to do. Coloradans, somebody says. Thank you. Coloradians? All right. Well, I guess we'll see. We're just trying to think about making this the best experience. You know, when you're hosting someone, let alone family from another country, you want to make it the best experience possible. And we have a giant shopping mall, which I'm sure Alyssa's going to like. We'll go to West Edmonton Mall probably and go shopping. As a local, I don't really like going there that much because it's like its own little city. It's really strange. I'm old-fashioned. If you haven't noticed, I'm old-fashioned. So I prefer individual little stores on a street, and you can go in and talk to the owner or get to know the people more personally. I'm not a huge fan of giant shopping malls, but it'll be fun for her. You know, she's apparently got shopping problems according to Peter, so we're going to encourage that and take her there. I don't know if we'll make it out to the mountains or not. Just the roads are not terribly great. I mean, they're not bad, but driving to Bamford to Jasper is still over 3 hours on the highways in winter, so we'll probably avoid doing that. We're going to do some Canadian things, and they're supposed to build a big ice castle every year around this time in my city of Edmonton, Alberta, Canada, where I am. They do an ice sculpture, but it's so large they build an entire castle out of it, and they light it up with different color lights, and you know, it's a pretty amazing thing to see. So if they have that up and it's open this year, we'll probably take them there. We'll make them freeze a little bit. So we've never had them up here. We're excited for it. My aunt is coming in from Vancouver Island. If you go back and watch some of my older episodes, I go out to Victoria and I go antiquing. My Aunt Carrie is there. Of course, Heather's on right now. Heather, I've only been talking about you for the past 5 minutes. Anyway, Heather, I'm excited that you're coming to see us. It's funny when your family joins your live feed and it's like we're just including everybody in our family conversation. But that's cool. Nice to see you on, Heather. So I am going to do a little walk around at the shop here. I haven't done one in a while. I wanted to kind of show you some of the things that I've been bringing in. Surprisingly, the newer product has been doing well. I'm going to grab the camera now, and we're just going to move that down ever so gently, and I'm going to try to do this so that we don't make anybody sick. So you walk in the front door. I have a lot of kids in the area. In fact, just down the street around the corner, that's a community hall right there. People can park there. And then the next building down is an elementary school. And every day those kids come rushing through my store. And what are they looking for? Mainly these. We have these old-fashioned barley pops, like in all the different flavors, butterscotch, green apple, sour punch, etc. The kids go nuts for these things because they're 4 for $1. So they come in with big handfuls of these, and then they, you know, if they're feeling, you know, really generous, I guess their parents give them a little bit more money and they'll buy some of the fancier candies that are like $1 or 3 for $1 or something on the counter. So to them, I'm probably just a candy store. So that's been oddly busy. And as a result, we have a little selection. I mean, we are a general store after all. So we've got some retro toys. We've got the puppets. We've got some just random things that I thought were cool. Like there's a company that was making a bendable Mr. Bill. You remember him from Saturday Night Live back in the day, and he kept getting squished on every episode? You got to be a certain age to know that. But Lava lamps. So just a little variety of stuff up at the front. Oh yeah, and of course my watch cabinet, which is nice and stocked and full. And if anybody ever wants pictures of watches, just write me. I know sometimes I'm a little delayed getting back. And then over on this side, we got, I gave this to Melissa. Am I gonna get myself in trouble? I got her these socks. It says this girl's got a lot to say. But then I also got her this one that says running the world and stuff. But for whatever reason, these kind of funny socks have been like a huge seller. Who knew? But I picked out some kind of fun ones. There was one that kind of made me laugh a little bit. Actually, most of these kind of make me laugh. There's one. Melissa said I should get that. Ain't no bad joke like a dad joke. And there he is sitting back. I guess that's me because I'm a dad. Or this one was funny. It's a sad sock sitting alone on the stairs and it says worst gift ever. So I decided to start bringing some of this stuff in because people buy them as gifts and things like that. But let's see. So lots of little things. So this is just kind of fun, odd stuff. And then we get into basically the rest of the store is all antiques and collectibles. I don't know if I showed you guys what I had left for Mary's pottery or not in the last little while. We have still the mask that I found up in the attic. One of her pots that still had one of her original placards inside describing what it was, one of her very first ones. So there's still a few of Mary's pieces here. It's just always baffles me how much stuff was in that house. There's our friend Zoltar. I haven't done my Zoltar reading for the day either. Let's see. Let's put one of our $2 coins in and see what Zoltar says today.
You may have heard this, but Zoltar is here to tell you you can believe it. Age is simply a matter of mind. If you don't mind, then my friend, it doesn't matter. So go on, be carefree like a little baby. But first, give Zoltar a little money, and I will give you a fortune.
Zoltar's hustling. I just gave you money, Zoltar. And look at all his stuff in there. And I always tease my mom because I'm like, Mom, this looks like your house with your random incense and stuff that she's got sitting around. So let's see, what does Zoltar say today? Zoltar says, you've been trying to figure out the best time to travel. You're wondering if a business trip or vacation would be good. Yes, a vacation. I don't even have to wonder if a vacation would be good. A vacation would be really good right now. You may be wondering if travel is a better thing than to arrive. It's not fit that everyone should travel. You change your sky, not your mind, when you cross the sea or land. A busy idleness possesses you. Idleness? Really, Zoltar? You seek a happy life with ships, cars, and planes. Well, I do seek cars. That's accurate. The object of your search is present within you. If you travel for your holiday, remember a good holiday is one spent among the people whose notions are more vague than your own. Well, interesting. But Zoltar does know that I'm after that. I'm sorry, guys. You're going to have to call back in a couple minutes. I will let the machine pick that one up. I set this out here to teach children how to use the phone, which sounds silly, but a lot of kids don't know how to use a rotary. So when the kids come in and they have the candy here, I get them to phone their parents on their cell phone or whatever. And I'm like, yeah, show them how to do it. It's like the most fascinating thing for a kid to have a working rotary dial telephone. Okay. Oh, sorry. I see Nate is there. He's like, I just called. Sorry. It's okay, Nate. You can just call back in a little bit. I'm going to be opening up the shop in about 10 minutes. So just call me back then. This was that clock that I picked up when I was visiting my sister in Colorado and hauled it down the street. Had feathers on. I can't remember the name of that town that I got this from, but that was a pretty cool piece. It has all these little kind of signs in there that rotate. Just a nice little item, 1940s. Okay, let's walk around. What have I not showed you guys in a while? I mean, stuff comes and goes all the time. Here's the guitar wall. There's the two antique I shouldn't say antique. Antique is technically 100 years old or older, but the 1930s guitars, the Dobro and the Stella that I got the other day. Yeah, I'm walking back this way. I did bring back some of the action figures, and I still do have a set of Golden Girls figures. We only had 2 sets of these. One of them sold at the auction, and I've got 1 set here. Don't ask me why everybody was interested in Golden Girls figures, but they were. And then I brought back the Karate Kid set, and I've got one of those Popeyes left. Somebody's asking what Harley Quinn. I didn't realize some of these things are super expensive. Like if you look on eBay to see what they go for, it's just nuts what that stuff goes for. But anyway, art room is filling up. There was an episode not that long ago where I got all those old movie posters in, and so I just put them out $15 each. So if people were saying, "Oh, I can't afford stuff in your store," it's $15 Canadian. That's like $12 US, and you get an original, 1960s through 80s movie posters. Oh yeah, this is Josh's favorite room. That's one of Josh's paintings there. That's one of his of Clint Eastwood. And so I've got his little picture up there talking about Josh being a Canadian artist. And then those are less graphs that I found in Mary's house and some little odds and ends that we have picked up along the way. So yeah, it's a nice little room, nice little art room. And it's kind of a fun space. Then we go into the back. Oh, here's my old railway clock. That came out of a roundhouse. What was cool about this, I know I've probably showed this before, but this Canadian Northern Railway clock, I've got the Canadian Northern picture of the guys that work there and a picture of the roundhouse it came from at the top. It's just nice to get the whole works when you get a piece like that. And it's like 6 feet tall. It's not a small clock. And let's see. We're just walking around the store. This is the back room that we renovated with the open rafters and coffee bag ceiling. And let's see, there's some really detailed Ferrari models from CMC. We got the Space Cadet helmet, steam engines. That's the autographed Ed Roth model kit that we have. That's a pretty neat piece actually, because he drew pictures on it and stuff too. I wonder what he thought when he saw his old model kit back into him. I'm gonna walk around this way. I need to find somebody who has a Chesapeake dog, because I've got this massive 1960s poster that came out of the Chesapeake Club, and it's huge. Okay, are we back? Seeing if we're back. Okay. So basically what's going to happen today is I've got people who are bringing some things into me. I've got a house that I'm going to, this is going to be fun. I don't know if he'll let me film or not, but what's tomorrow is Friday. Tomorrow's a big day. I'm excited. There's a type of motorcycle called Bultaco, and they haven't really been around since the 80s, but I'm going to a guy's house that used to own a dealership back in the 80s, and he actually took his unsold stock and put them inside of his house, like, I don't know, in a bedroom or living room or wherever he put them. So there's brand new 1980s motorcycles that were never sold from his inventory, among other things. Apparently his house is really full of stuff. I'm going there tomorrow. I really hope he lets me film, because it's going to be really, really neat. Had a few other neat things show up. Let's see, I'm going to flip this back around. Had that come in the other day, an old Mark's Canadian Pacific tin plate steam train set, American Flyer, some more Star Wars stuff. Things come in all the time, and then I have to kind of sort through and figure out where it all goes. Trains are selling down. I did sell that big giant standard gauge train to a fellow the other day. He's just making payments on it, so a couple more to go and he'll take that home. Radios are thinning out a little bit. It's just been all around really, really, really busy. So when I'm not doing my, YouTube thing, I'm actually here selling stuff and merchandising and marketing and buying and selling and doing what I got to do. It is pretty much like Pawn Stars or American Pickers or whatever around here. Like I think they say in Pawn Stars that you never know what's going to walk through the door. I'll be sitting here at my little counter, my penny counter there, and folks just walk in with the most random things, boxes full of stuff, and I just get to look through people's stuff and figure out what I want to buy. It's pretty fun. So if you ever find yourself in Edmonton, come by and say hi. I'm in the store today, and this will be the last day that I'm in the store until after Christmas. So come by and say hi if you've got time, and we'll try and give you guys a I guess more updates from around the shop at some point. I might be doing a video tomorrow if I go to that guy's place. It's full of motorcycles. I mean, it's got to be cool, right? I mean, his house is full of motorcycles. That'd be interesting enough to see a bunch of motorcycles in a house. And what a patient wife he must have. Mind you, I've thought about bringing a motorcycle in our house. When we did the upstairs reno, I wanted to bring that black BMW that's in the back and put it upstairs. But the thought of pushing a motorcycle upstairs and the thought of explaining that to Melissa that was part of my decor probably wasn't going to fly. But I do like the aesthetic of a classic motorcycle indoors, which is probably why I have some in the store. Anyway, it should be an interesting weekend. if you guys want, give me a call in a few minutes. I'm here at the shop from 11 to 5 today. And thank you so much for watching. I hope you guys have a fantastic Christmas. If you don't hear from me, if I don't do a live feed, well, I shouldn't say that. I think Heather and Alyssa and Melissa, that's hard to say together at the same time. They want to do a live feed probably on Melissa's channel at some point before Christmas. So go to Melissa's channel under Melissa Archbold and stay tuned for, I guess, a live feed when we're doing our family stuff. But for me, I'll try and get another couple videos out of buying some cool things. And yeah, come by and check us out sometime. Hope you guys have a great day. Hope you have a wonderful Christmas and wonderful holiday season. And we'll see you all soon. Bye for now.